your $5 ass down before I make change.
From now on, don't nobody talk to me directly. You understand? Have it never on the phone.
I'ma cancel Christmas on your ass.
No one can fucking stop me.
I built this shit brick by brick. You wanna play my shit off to my new friend?
Shit. This bitch on, man. Squad. Man. Dog. Hey. Yes. Bro caught him a bid, I'm working the phone. Niggas ball hard, so I'm working alone. I'm my own shooter, I just switch it in post. I'm the mailman, call me Burrow Malone. Bro caught him a bid, I'm working the phone. Niggas ball hard, so I'm working alone. I'm my own shooter, I just switch it in post. I'm the mailman, call me Burrow Malone. That last play was foul, I'm running the zone. Don't let her check the slime, I'm ice on hoes. Don't say it's on the floor, my apes living for more. I'm sorry, I cater to this bag, so I can't love a hoe. My pockets screaming, give me.
What up, though, YouTube? It's your boy Brillo. We back in the building. We got the Tournament of Gangsters, the finale, y'all, the finals. We finally here. It's been about 5 weeks. We're going to crown the champion today, the king of all gangsters. Without further ado, let me bring up some of the squad. Of course, we got Monet J in the building. What's good, Monet?
What's going on, brother? You know, just ready to get back into some real film. You know what I'm saying? We've been on our Tubi summer, so see what you got today.
A champion will be crowned tonight. The 2023 King of Gangsters. Let me bring my Detroit brother up in here. OT, what's good, man?
What up, though? What up, though? What's the deal?
We finally here. It's been about 5 weeks. We finally here for this finale. We're gonna see who's gonna walk away with this crown tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Let me bring Paper Boys in the building. Booby Traps in the building. What's good, my guy?
Yep. What's G with you, bro?
Feeling, man. We in here for the finals.
Yes, finally. Even though y'all trying to y'all did my boy dirty, but it's all right. It's all right. Hopefully he can get it next year.
Listen, man. Listen. Pack. Negan Pack, nigga.
Nah, bro. Y'all be hating on that man. Stop playing.
Look. This is why I call my panel up here so we can get things right. I feel like Negan got, you know what I'm saying, he got a lot further than I anticipated him to get.
Bro, you should got a lot further than that, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all need to go back and watch that show, the whole thing.
Hey,
and get that man a fair shake, bro.
Hey, she got a fair shake. Let me bring Detroit Kings in the building, man. That man got the fairest shake.
Don't say he was only shining for 2 seasons.
He got the fairest shake. Tell him, OT. Let me bring Detroit Kings.
He was only Paper Alley. You talking about the whole thing? He was only signing for 2 seasons.
Okay,
but
once he showed up, he was the man.
What up, though? What up, though?
Hey, man, stop crying over spilled milk, Peg. We gonna get into all that before we get into.
Hold on. How many times did you put grandson back in rotation, bro?
No, Rock, man. Rock.
Break it down.
Put Rock back.
Man, I don't care. They not man. Them nigga Negan ain't them.
Negan
ain't them, bro. Y'all Negan overrated, bro.
Negan way better than them. He way better than them.
Hey, Paperboy, niggas hate that. They hate Negan because he smashed up on Glenn and them and made them cry.
Hey, let's get into
nigga was
it,
that
fellas.
dude, man.
Pete, though, I mean, come on, man. To be fair, you cannot say I ain't getting Negan a fair shake.
You did.
We voted. I ain't want him in there. OT ain't want him, but I still let him get his fair shake. So come on, let's get into it, man. First, before we start, of course, I gotta bring Tamika up, and we're gonna touch on a couple things before we get into these matchups. Monet J making crazy faces.
I'm just saying. I thought we was getting into the tournament. We listening to a tournament of gangsters.
What's good, Tamika?
Hey, y'all.
What up, Tamika?
All right, so you know it's the finals today. The King of Gangsters will be crowned. So, first, I want to talk about some of the surprises of the tournament this year. And I got a few categories that I want to add for next year. So the surprise of the tournament for me was Rock getting put out by Tariq in the first round. I mean, I feel like y'all trolled me, honestly. I feel like I got trolled. Modot, what you think was a surprise of the tournament? Did that surprise you that Tariq actually put out Rock in the first round?
I won't say it surprised me too much. I mean, we know she really hasn't been about this life since about 1970 something. So yeah, it wasn't a surprise with me. I was expecting a clean sweep, but she put up a good fight.
1970.
Yeah, Rock ain't been doing nothing. We knew she ain't about that life. We know she been telling since 16 years old. So, I mean, this is a tournament of gangsters. This ain't tournament of telling.
Here we go. All right, so Modot J, what was another surprise for you for the tournament? Who would you think will make it a little farther?
Well, I say it's a surprise for me that Ghost didn't. I don't even know how he hung on. I think maybe he just got lucked up and put into a bracket where it was kind of smooth selling for him because he didn't really compete against anybody.
Ghost didn't even win a match.
He didn't even win a match.
So it was accurate.
He should have won against Tony Montana. But
what happened when you go against the real gangsters?
Hey, we voted. All right, what was a surprise for you, Detroit Kings?
Hey, man, look, bro. Negan, I put him in there. He should have went further. I don't have no complaints, man. Hey, hold on 1 minute. The surprise is Tariq is making it as far as he did, man. That's my surprise, man.
Right. That was a surprise. Dog, Negan got beat by Michael Corleone. Come on,
dog. I felt like that was the setup, though, for that to happen. But I can't prove it. So I'm gonna let it
go. Tell him if it was random, I would have put Tariq up against Boston George,
and Tariq would have won.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's how you know it's random. Tamika, what was a surprise for you?
I mean, I guess I'm a little surprised that Ghost didn't last longer, but for who he was up against, I wasn't expecting him to win that one.
All right, OT, you got anything that surprised you throughout this tournament this year, man?
Man, I'm surprised y'all let Negan even get in the tournament, first of all.
What about you?
And that's about it.
Booby Traps. What about you? I know I got another one. I was surprised Tony Soprano got eliminated in the first round.
I got a surprise. I was surprised that Tariq packed up Kanan like that.
Hey, oh yeah, that was wrong.
That one came down to the chat. They voted for Tariq. Another surprise for me, of course, was Franklin. Didn't even make the tournament. Disgusting. All right, so I got another category that I'm thinking about having for next year, and that's longevity. OT brought it up a couple times. Your longevity, I feel like, is very important because some people's runs are super long, and I feel like they should get credit for that. So how y'all feel about that addition of another category being longevity? How you feel about that, OT?
I'm with it.
Okay.
Tony, you said longevity.
I get a lot of people out the way early.
Yeah, that means if you would have did it this year, your man Tony Montana would have never made it because his run was shorter than anybody. His term was short.
No, Tony Montana.
I feel like y'all hate Tony Montana. Go ahead, Mo.
Tony Montana had years. He didn't just come up overnight. Tony Montana was working. So Tony Montana had like at least a 5 to 10 year run.
All right, let me bring Miss K up. I was gonna say somebody who's in the finals here. They might not be there. What's up, Miss K? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Hey, Miss K.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Hey.
His run wasn't long. So next year when I add longevity in, it's gonna change up a lot of things. But we're about to get right into this. It's gonna be a quick live, and we will crown the 2023 King of all gangsters. About to jump right into it.
Can y'all hear my fan? I'm sorry, it's like a loud fan. Okay, let me go turn it.
We're gonna get right into this tournament. First matchup we got I'm sorry, this is laughable to me. This is just how it came down. We got Michael Corleone versus Heisenberg, aka Walter Wright. First, we're gonna talk about the eye test. Okay. I'm giving it to Michael Corleone. For those of you who don't know, the eye test is just what do your gut tell you? Who is going to win this? What's your gut telling you? I'm gonna start with you, Monet J. What's your gut telling you about this? The eye test. Who wins this?
I'm going with Michael.
Michael Corleone. OT, who you got?
Going with Mike.
I'm gonna come down to Miss K. Eye test. Who do you think is gonna win this battle before we even get to the categories? Heisenberg versus Michael Corleone.
Michael Corleone.
Michael Corleone. I think it's gonna be a clean sweep. Tamika, who do you have?
Sure.
Yes, Michael.
Eye test.
Michael got the eye test.
Do I even need to ask my man Boo? Who you got?
You ain't even gotta ask that question, bro. It's a clean sweep.
Clean sweep. And where am I? I don't know what happened. Oh, there we go. Detroit Kings. Who you got?
Clean sweep, man. Y'all got it. It's not even debatable.
Not debatable. So there you have it. 1-0. Michael Corleone is in the lead in his Final Four matchup. Next, we got intelligence. I don't know. I think Heisenberg got him on this one. Heisenberg was a genius. He was brilliant. Even though Michael Corleone is very smart in his own right, I think there's levels to it. Even though, so I would give it to Heisenberg. Monet J, who you got? Intelligence.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Heisenberg.
Heisenberg for intelligence. Coming down to Tamika, who you got for intelligence?
Yeah, I'll give Heisenberg intelligence.
Okay, we got 2 for Heisenberg. Miss K, who you think was smarter? I know Michael Corleone is your guy.
He is, but Heisenberg is my guy too. But like you said, it's levels to it. So I think that when it comes to Heisenberg, he's a genius, like you said, but it took him a while to get to the street smarts. And I just feel like Mike, because he grew up in that environment, he kind of he was like a natural at it. So for all around, as far as gangster wise, I'm gonna give it to Mike.
Okay. Thank you, Savannah, for the super chat. OT, who you got? Who the smartest?
I want to give it to Heisenberg. I'm gonna go with Heisenberg for the fact is, Michael's smart, man, but he lost his family with all this with his thing, man. So I'm gonna go.
All right, who you got? Detroit King.
I'm gonna go with what OT said. I'm a Breaking Bad fan, so I'm definitely gonna have to go with him. I don't want this to be no body bag, but so I actually want him to win this, so I'm going with him.
Okay. And who's that left? That's left.
Paperboy.
Paperboy, aka Ruby Traps. Who is the smartest?
Mr. White. All day, Mr. White.
Okay, you have it right now. It's 2-2. I don't know. That might be it for Mr. White on this one. Let's check this next category out. My favorite category. We got press factor. I got a small treat for y'all. You know what it is. Press factor. Let's get into it. Stepped on them boys as a rookie. That's one of my favorite moments. And of course, we got to show Heisenberg some love.
You want your money, right? You want to know where it is?
electric. Woo. All right, so press factor. Come on. This is not even a question. It's Michael Corleone. Heisenberg really didn't press until maybe the last couple of episodes.
That's not true.
In my opinion. So you giving it to Heisenberg?
No, I'm not, but that's not true.
I don't think he had a
That's not true at all.
He brought that flower.
I mean, he was kind of doing it early, to be honest.
He was.
Right,
Every time somebody pressed him, he pressed back.
Yeah.
Press factor in. Who y'all voting for? I'm gonna start with you, Miss K.
I'm still gonna go with Michael, but I don't need people sleeping on Heisenberg though. Like
Heisenberg was that dude.
He really was.
And he came up with the plan to get rid of the bodies with the acid.
And he got rid of people by himself. Really.
Yeah, he pressed Gus crazy.
Yeah. And he got. I mean, how you get a man to talk about Hector Salamanca? How do you get a man to say, I'm gonna take myself out so that we could get rid of a common enemy? Like he got Hector Salamanca to do that, to get rid of Gus. Like, I mean, and took out one of his henchmen too. I forgot the other dude's name that was in the room at the nursing home. Then went back and deleted 2 more guys, the guards that was guarding Jesse. Like this guy was really out here, and he was doing it by himself. So, but I'm still give it to Mike.
I'm glad you made a nice little argument for Heisenberg, but at the end of the day, she still gave it to Michael Corleone.
Because it's not a really good.
Glad you showed him some love though. Let me see with my man Monet. Who is pressing the hardest, Heisenberg or Michael Corleone?
Y'all not gonna agree with me, but I'm going with Walter White.
Okay.
And the reason I go with Walter White is Walter White wasn't born into this game. Michael was born into this. He was built for this, but it still took him time. We talk about Walter waiting to press. You forget season 2, Walter blew up a whole fucking office to get up out of there.
He sure did.
Walter was doing all of this on his own. Michael had the protection from the families. Walter was out here. Hey, when old boy was fucking up, who was getting everything straight? Walter. So I got Walter because Walter was not built to be in this. He got coerced to be into it, back against the wall. Press factor all day for him.
I like that.
Okay, 1-1. It's kind of surprising. I feel like it would have been a clean sweep. OT, who you got? Press factor.
I'm going with Mike. Yeah, I'm going with Mike.
I made my man OT have to think about it. That's incredible.
Yeah, I did. I had to think about it. I had to think about it, man. Because Walter was very cunning, man. He was real cunning, and he was real clever, bro.
And Miss Kate, she reminded me of a couple things. I mean, I should have gave him a little more credit for press factor. You need to go rewatch some of that Breaking Bad. Detroit Kings. Who you going with for press factor?
I'm gonna go with Walter, man.
Okay.
I like what he was doing, man. I like what he was doing.
Okay. 2-2. Let me see. I said Michael Corleone. OT. And Miss K said Michael Corleone.
And Mo said Walter.
Mo. So it's 2-3.
Michael.
Who you got? Press factor.
Oh, nah, that's 3. And it tied up.
Nah, Miss K said Michael Corleone. I said Michael Corleone. And OT said Michael Corleone. Who you got, brother?
It's about to be tied up. I got Mr. White. I'm sorry, bro. Okay. His press factor was crazy. I think y'all sleeping on him. He got rid of Gus. He walked up on them dealers when Jesse was going through. He walked up on the dealers and smoked them, and then walked away.
Ran 2 of them with the car.
That. Yeah, for real. He pressed the dude up out of the car wash. He pressed him crazy. Get him up out of the car wash to buy the car wash from him.
Hey, guess what?
And that dude,
he was pressing.
That Gus was trying to get him to take in the lab. He got rid of him. Like, nope, nobody else is taking him.
And he the one that knocks. Don't forget that he the one that knocks.
He sure is. I got to get the Walter White. His press factor was crazy. Mike had help. He was doing it on his own for real. So I got to give it to him.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Tied up. I mean, Mika, who you got? Press factor.
I hear what y'all saying about Walter, and I rocks with him, but I'm going with Mike for the press factor. That's the one for me. So.
There you have it, y'all. I was about to be stunned for a minute.
Yeah, you think it's gonna be that close?
Like, I get it. We don't gotta agree, but Mike eeks by with press factor. I'm shocked. All right, now it's coming down. So Michael Corleone got eye test, he got press factor. Walter White got intelligence. It's coming down to influence. Who had the most influence? Correct me if I'm gonna go with Michael Corleone for influence. Walter, like I said, there's levels to it. Italian mafia, things of that nature, rubbing shoulders with politicians and things like that. I don't remember Walter ever having that influence in that pool like a mob boss. What you think about that, Monet? Who had the most influence?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Michael, but that ties in with, like I was saying, with the press factor. Michael had the protection of the family, but I mean, of course, he influenced all the other families too. So I give him that. Walter, the only influence he really had was just over other drug dealers to try to get the clearest, the clearest dope. Mm-hmm. So I got to go with Michael.
Okay, so Monet J goes with Michael Corleone. We're gonna go to Booby Traps, aka Paper Boys. Who you got, man? Influence.
Oh, I mean. I give it to. I can't give it to for the same reason I can't give it to Mr. White. I gotta go with Mike. He had global influence. And Walter was local, so it is what it is, bro.
Well said. Miss K, coming up to Miss K. Who had the most influence? Walter White or Michael Corleone?
Yeah, I think that's
This may be
like a no-brainer.
This may be a sweep. OT, who you got?
Oh, Mike.
Big Mike. Sure. And finally, Detroit Kings. Did I lose Detroit Kings? I think I did. Here we go. We back. Who you got for influence, Detroit Kings? Detroit. You might have to step away for a second.
My bad. It's a body. I got Mike.
There you have it, y'all. So Mike is up right now. We moving on down to our next two categories. It comes to the money and the power. So if we remember, Mike got eye test. Heisenberg got intelligence. Mike just barely got press factor.
Okay, what can I ask a question? Influence. What's the who up now? Because Brillo, we know you want Mike to make it. I want to make sure Walter get a fair share.
It ain't about what I want. That's why I don't come up here and do this by myself. It ain't about what I want.
What is it? 3-2?
Yeah. If it was what I want, Tariq could still be in there, Rock could be in there. It ain't about me, it's about the eye test. That went to Mike. Intelligence went to Heisenberg. Press factor, Mike barely got that one, but he got it. Influence, like you said, it was a body. Money. Heisenberg had a lot of cheese, but this is a no-brainer. What was the business called? OT. I got
Immobiliari.
Money. What was it called?
Immobiliari.
What was Walter net worth? He had like 58 million, right?
Yeah.
I'm going Ward.
Michael had IBM shares in the 1940s.
Yeah, he got long money.
Yeah, he got that crazy money.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy money. All right, is anybody going with Walter for this money?
Nope.
Hell
no.
Monet, you usually like to go, opposite. Can you make an argument for my man Walter for cheese?
Nah, like OT said, man. Michael Corleone, he had stocks, bonds. Man, dude's worth like $1 billion or something. He was donating to the Vatican, man.
He was worth $1 billion in the 1960s.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Michael Corleone was at least a billionaire.
That's crazy talk right there.
Sheesh.
There you have it, man. It's looking like, it's official. Michael Corleone moves on to the finals, but we still gonna talk about power. Of course, come on. a mob boss. This is as Detroit Kings would say, a body. Can anybody make an argument for my man Heisenberg for power?
It's cricket.
Why did you put them together?
I do it. It's random, so it's fair.
It's random.
If I'm putting stuff together, Miss K, come on, man.
It's only 4 people left.
There's only 4 people left. One of them gonna be a landslide.
Tariq would have been in there. You already know. I lost Boo.
Yeah.
He'll be back through. There you have it.
First
finals is congratulations to Michael Corleone. He was a finalist last year as well.
He should just
Oh,
been in
he
the Hall of
called the one
Fame.
last year.
He's a Hall of Famer, man.
Yeah, he should just be in the Hall of Fame.
Definitely. Let's get to this next matchup. Let me bring Paper Boys back up. Get to this next matchup. It's a good one.
Ooh.
Thomas Shelby versus Frank White.
Ooh.
2020 Tournament Gangsters. We're going eye test. I'm going Shelby off rip. This levels to it. Shelby was on a whole nother level. I gotta go Thomas Shelby. Who you got? Booty.
Eye test.
Eye test.
We going off of them just standing there by themselves, or them standing with their crew, or what? What we going off of? Just looking at them. Period.
Man, it's the eye test, bro. This ain't your first rodeo.
It's the finals. He wants to be detailed.
Man, go ahead and say Frank White, man. Go ahead and say Frank White. You know you want to say Frank White, man. You know you want to say Frank White.
Hey, stop trying to influence.
Hey, I'm saying, you know, back in the when Shelby was around, he looked just like everybody else, but Frankie baby was in the hood, so I gotta go. I mean, you see a white dude like that in the hood, you gotta go with Frank White, dude. What is he doing here? Why is he here? Come on, at that time, at that time in the 80s, bro, you wasn't seeing no dudes like him just in the hood, just chilling. I'm sorry, he get the eye test for me.
All right, OT, who you got? Eye test.
I'm going with Frank White, man. He had 2. He stayed with 2 of them at all times. He had 2 at all times with him.
Yeah, he did.
Who you got? Detroit Kings eye test.
King of New York, Frankie baby. I'm going with the King, man. That's the eye test.
Okay, Monet J. Who you going with?
You don't believe it? You don't believe?
I definitely disagree. Not watch Peaky Blinders. It's your vote. Go ahead. Eye test.
I'm going with Frank. If I seen Frank, yeah. All right, he for real.
He that guy.
Yeah, he a deal.
All right, who you got? Miss K.
So I guess I'm not understanding what the eye test is.
This who you think gonna win the matchup? Who?
Oh, because I think Tommy is gonna win.
There you go. Tamika, who you got?
You already know I got Frank White.
Okay.
I got Frank White for the eye test.
Meet me at the Plaza Hotel. I might give you a job.
Frank White gets the eye test. All right, so intelligence. Who you got, OT?
I'm going with Frank White. He set up he got out of jail. And when he got out of jail, he basically set up the top 5 families. When he got out of jail, he set them all up, took the city right over. You know, that's what I'm going with.
Who you going with, Miss K?
I'm going with Tommy.
Tommy Shelby.
He's basically like he's another variant of Michael Corleone. So I'm going with him. Frank White, please. He hardly lasted.
I know. I get it. Like I feel like we go on with our heart on these choices and not with the facts. That's why I put the eye test in there. Just
exactly, RC. That's what I'm talking about. What, 2 months, a month?
That's why I put the eye test in there.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Nah, he had rep before he went in.
I'm being super biased right now. For sure. I'm super biased.
I'm trying to get out of that because I want to crown. I want to have the best matchups. But hey, Moldot, like, come on, we got to make this count. Tamika, go ahead. Who you got for intelligence?
I got Shelby for intelligence.
Okay, Shelby. So OT picked Frank White. Who you got, Detroit Kings? Intelligence.
I really want to be biased, but I can't. I'm gonna have to go with Tommy, man.
Okay, Tommy.
Just not just to be fair, because Frank White is my guy, but I'm not gonna be biased. I should though, but I'm gonna go with Tommy, man.
Who you got? Who you got? Who? Like a no-brainer to me, but that's just me.
Hey, Brillo, stop
Shelby.
persuading people, man. What are you doing, bro?
Nah, it ain't no persuasion at all. Because Frank, as far as intelligence, it's not really there. I mean, he's smart, but you know, what I mean, he got took over by, you know, what I mean, by like a fiend, basically a dope head took him down for real. You know what I mean? He killed him, but he was the one that infiltrated. So I definitely got to give it to Shelby, bro. He was doing way too much, way more than Frank was doing as far as intelligence-wise, as far as plotting and planning. So yeah, I got to give it to him.
Moda J, who you got for intelligence?
I'm gonna go with Tommy Shelby, just because the time that he was doing this, man, he really had to get it. Like he was really out there doing it. So I'm gonna go with him. Frank, I think I don't know, it may have been like 3 months, 4 months total. Like he was in charge. Yeah. Go ahead and get that to Shelby.
All right, so we coming down to my favorite category, which is press factor. Let me play a couple clips before we give our answers. And remember, try fall it down the middle, man. Don't just go with somebody because you like that character.
It ain't even that, bro.
Me. I'm in Dogan.
Come by the Plaza Hotel. I got work for you.
Okay. Don't get it twisted. Frank White was a press god, okay? But Thomas Shelby had a whole gang that was known for keeping razor blades in their hats and murdering people throughout the country. All right, he has one of the most influential press factors, I think, in the whole game. I'm giving this to Thomas Shelby, for the simple fact, I mean, come on, what's understood don't need to be explained. Miss K, who you got for press factor?
I do agree about Frank White. You know, he came out and he just is like, I'm here, you know. But Tommy, the thing what you showed, that was like minimum with Tommy. Like when he really when the real threats came, his press was like really like he was a thinker, you know, a tactician and all that, of course. And when it was time for the get back with the mob or whoever was coming at him, it was official. That's all I gotta say. So I'm gonna go with Tommy.
Okay.
He knew how to wipe his enemies out, is all I gotta say for that one.
All right, we're gonna go down to Detroit Kings, man. We're talking about press. Who you got?
I'm calling it down the middle. I'm going with Miss K on this one. I'm down the middle, no bias.
Okay, I'm shocked. Who you got, OT?
I'm gonna go with Thomas Shelby.
I'm proud of you, man, because I know you didn't want to do it, but he had to keep it a buck. Appreciate you. Who you got, Tamika? Press factor.
Y'all know I love the King of New York, but At this point, even though they both was pressing, Shelby was pressing harder. Ain't no denying it. So he got the press factor.
Monet J, who you got?
Shelby, he doesn't hesitate on anything.
You went out.
It's gonna be what's the name? Mr. White, but unfortunately I'm going with Tommy.
Okay, and last but certainly not least, we got Paper Boys. Who you got?
Bro. You being biased, bro. Why you only show that minimum clips on Frank, bro?
I don't have the clips. If you want to vote for Frank, go ahead.
Bro, hold up. Look, hold on, bro. This dude shot a cop at a cop funeral. Hold on, he shot a cop at a cop funeral. Okay. Mm-hmm. He walked into a mob hangout and killed a made guy right there. Okay. Press factor was crazy, and y'all, everybody saying, "Oh, he was out for 2 months." This and that. He had a name. He had a name before he went into jail.
Yeah,
we gotta go off what we see.
He had a big. Oh, nah. Okay, we going off what we see. Everybody knew who Frank White was when he came home.
Okay. Everybody know the Peaky freaking Blinders too.
Yeah, they do. I gotta make a bigger case for my dude Frank, because you gave me like one clip. You feel me? Like that he did him dirty, bro.
Peaky Blinders on Netflix, by the way. But
yeah, it is. But I digress. I got to give it to Thomas.
Respect to Frank. Hey, I am a little bitter towards Frank, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest, but I'm keeping it buck. He ain't have a better press factor at the time. I don't think really nobody probably. Only a couple people maybe have a better press factor than him. If you actually watch Peaky Blinders all the seasons, this man was demented. Mm-hmm. His whole gang, what they stood for, how they even came up, it was just crazy. But man,
I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, they ain't care. You was talking about how Frank White killed the made man. Like that's the whole reason why the mob situation happened with the Trengrettas, because that's what happened. Like I think was it John. Yeah. He killed the son, so they didn't care. They was like, "You coming over here acting a fool, you gonna get got." They didn't care who you were.
Oh, I feel you. I definitely feel you were coming from, but he had way more clips in him. You could have showed that joint where he shot the cop at the cop funeral. You feel me? Like he was going hard, man. So, I still give it to Shelby. You feel me? But he had way more clips in him than that, bro.
Hey man, I could show every Frank murder from that movie, and it wouldn't have added up to Thomas Shelby press factor. All right, let's get into something that Frank might actually get. So right now it's 2-1. Frank unbelievably got the eye test. Shelby barely squeaked out intelligence, and Shelby got press factor. Influence. We're not even gonna play with this. There's no way Frank White had more influence than Thomas Shelby. Thomas Shelby probably had the most influence in the entire tournament. His ops was Winston Churchill. He was basically running the country, running wars, funding wars, making moves. Like, who?
Brother, I agree with you, bro. I agree with you. Mark me down, man. I agree. So that's one for me. It's not close if you want to be honest.
Can anybody make it an argument for Frank?
He was international reach, political reach. Like he was a part of one of those, like I think communist parties, labor parties. Like, yeah, he was definitely.
I'm giving it to Frank off of GP. I don't care.
Who you got, Monet? Influence.
No, I got Shelby also. I was going to talk about the war. He was basically dictating what was going on around the world, so I got to go with him. Plus, I mean, Frank White was just the king of New York. You're not the king of the country. You're not the king of the state. You're just the king of this island.
Mm-hmm.
He not. But I'm giving it to Frank just so it won't be a wash. I'm sorry.
Tamika, can you argue for your New York brother?
Nah, I can't argue. Shelby was all around the world.
Hey, where my man OT at? Who you giving it to?
Man, All right, go ahead and give it to shit. Go ahead and give it to Shelby, man. You got it.
While you at it, get her next to the Shelby as well.
Man, why you throwing on them extras on? See, that's what I'm talking about. You did a whole speech before you picked the nigga. All right, before he picked him, he did a whole presentation for him.
Hey man,
you out of pocket. I see what you doing, Brillo. It ain't happening though, Brillo. It's not gonna happen.
6, 7 clips.
I know where you going. I know where you going with it. Go ahead, Brillo.
Let's be civilized, gentlemen.
Who got the most money?
Man, you know who got the most money, bro. Come on, bro.
Who got the most money?
Man, you know who got the most, bro. Okay. Chill out, bro. You know who got the most cheese.
We need this, and we need the vote, man. What's
OT?
Man, you don't know who got the most cheese.
No, I don't know. I want to know. I gotta hear your vote.
You gotta say it.
I want to hear your vote.
Yeah, give it to the guy from overseas. Give it to overseas.
There you go.
The guy from overseas.
Do we even need to say anything?
Say my name.
Right. Come on, you know this a body bag called paper. I mean, Brillo, man. It's a body, bro.
Brillo, you got. Come on, play the clip where he had the money on the train. Let's see how much money he had. Come on, let's make this a fair match.
That ain't all his bread, bro.
Man, you out of pocket like that money he took out of his pocket.
Y'all being disrespectful.
Frank White get all his movie sales. He get all his movie sales too.
Brillo, you got all
one live in a castle. I mean, come on.
Brillo got all these clips of Frank with money. You ain't got no clips of Tommy with money. Why you being biased, Brillo? You got all these clips. Frank got all this money on the train. Who got the most money, OT?
Hey, you voting for Frank?
Who?
He had a little knot right there. You vote for Frank?
Man, y'all talking about a little knot. Y'all go to the party. Man, what about when he sold the drugs and the building?
Frank, look, he had cheese, but come on, man. We talking about Tommy Shelby, dog.
I already know it ain't no for real though. All jokes aside though, ain't no competition.
I know we just need to hear the verbal vote. We can't move on to everyone because of vote.
No, the dude.
It's a body though.
It's a wash. It's 7-0.
Man, this gonna be getting embarrassed. You doing my man Frank White. We just need to end it, man.
You have
why
no
you trying to
clue.
drag it out? Why you trying to beat this man in the ground, bro? That's wrong.
Let me tell you why I'm beating him in the ground. Let me tell you why I'm beating him in the ground. Because of week one. When y'all let this clown beat Tony Soprano in round one, that's why.
Because Tony Soprano was a clown. He's a clown.
Facts.
Come on.
Tony Soprano is a clown. He's a fake gangster.
Yeah, Tony Soprano wasn't like that, bro. He
ain't like that. He's weak. He's a hand-me-down gangster, bro.
And really, the Sopranos didn't age that well either. The show period.
Nah,
we talking about Frank White getting wine.
Hot garbage.
The Sopranos was dumpster juice, man. That junk a snooze fest.
Talk about power.
Hey, OT, this Frank
we got a whole dude. We got a whole mob boss talking to a psychiatrist. Get out of here, bro.
I tried to rewatch it again.
Guess what? Frank White and Tony Soprano both out the tournament of Gangsters.
Right.
They both done.
Made sure of that.
Deuces.
They both done so. All right, let's get to it, man.
Let's get to it right now. Let's go.
The matchup that we've been waiting for a minute. We've been coming. And we got the matchup that everybody wanted to see. I know who I want to take the crown, but I'm not going to say.
Here you go.
Yeah, we go with these. It show the same amount of clips too, man. Don't be trying to stack the deck, bro.
Why we
pretending like I didn't bring us on here for our opinions? Like we don't have an opinion.
Come on, bro. You hear this, OP? You hear this, bro?
Why y'all pretending, bro? Come on.
I just want to know who you want to win, though, man. If I can
championship
highlight tape.
It's already queued up. 2023 Tournament of Gangsters Finals. We're going to start with the eye test OT. Who you got? Eye test.
I'm going with Michael Corleone.
Michael Corleone. Eye test. Miss K. Who you got?
I swear I'm not trying to be biased. I'm
Michael.
going for Michael.
I already know. That's biased.
I'm gonna try I swear I'm gonna try my best to bring my points, but
honestly, this is why I put the eye test in, so that we can actually, you know what I'm saying, get a good for the other categories and actually be honest about it. So the eye test is cool. You can be as biased as you want to on this one. So we got 2 for Michael Corleone. Who you got, Monet J?
I'm going with Michael.
Okay. Tamika, who you got?
Michael.
I know it.
Booby Traps, who you got?
Oh man. Okay.
I know.
Eye test. I'm going with Thomas Shelby because he looked more menacing than Michael do. Michael don't even look like a menace. He don't, and he got the suit on and all that stuff. But look at Thomas. Look at Shelby's face, bro. Look at his face.
Thomas man is a savage.
He looked like he murking something. I'm sorry. I'm going with Shelby.
Frank White. So
I'm gonna also go with Thomas Shelby only because of, like you said, Michael Corleone was raised for it. He was brought up to it. He was brought into. Shelby came from nothing. So I'm going ahead and give him an eye test, even though it's not gonna matter. Who you got, Modoc?
He already went.
Oh,
yeah, Michael.
Who you got?
I'm going with Thomas, man. I think to me he has the eye test, so I'm going with him.
Okay.
I want Michael to lose. I'm gonna keep it above. I want him to lose. I think he's the favorite, so I'm going with the underdog. Let's get it.
Tommy is not an underdog, though.
Mike is up 1-0.
This panel love Michael though, so I already see it.
For sure.
I love Tommy too, though.
Intelligence. I'm gonna go with Thomas Shelby, even though Michael Corleone is ultra intelligent. This right here is splitting hairs. I'm gonna go with Thomas Shelby only because he got it out of the mud. He was in control since the beginning, even though he had help from his mom and help from the gang. He was ultimately calling the shots from the beginning. Throughout the first film or whatever, you know, they were bringing Michael along. He was in college. He really wasn't, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't supposed to be in the game. Thomas Shelby was running stuff since his teenage years and making plays, of course. So I'm going to say get a slight edge to Thomas Shelby for smarts. Even though Michael Corleone, everyone knows his intelligence is one of his best attributes. I'm gonna start with Monet J. Who you got for intelligence?
Intelligence, I'm going with Shelby. I mean, again, the time frame and the era that he was in, making it all happen. Michael Corleone, he had a foundation put in place. So even if he never got in the game, he was still going to be living a comfortable life. So I got to go with Thomas Shelby for making everything happen on his own.
Okay, so we got two zip. Thomas Shelby, Tamika. Who was the smartest? Thomas Shelby or Michael Corleone?
This is hard.
Yeah,
it's definitely difficult. They're both very smart. It's
they are.
Point.
I'm gonna go with Michael.
Okay, two Michael. She went with Michael Corleone for intelligence. Which brings me to Miss K. Who was the smartest?
This is hard. This is hard, but I know you guys are saying, you know, it's funny. They kind of got similar backgrounds. You know, they both been in, you know, in war or whatever. But for Michael, I know he wasn't raised into it, but when he got in, he really was the best at it as far as I'm concerned. So for Tommy, I think he's very smart. But remember, a lot of his guidance came from Aunt Polly. So, and I know he was smart on his own, but a lot of his stuff, you know, advice came from Aunt Polly. So that was a help for him as well. But also, I'm gonna give it to Mike because Tommy let a lot of different things weigh in on his decision making, like superstition, like PTSD kind of got in the way of his, of decisions. So I'm gonna go with Mike for always holding it down with a clear head.
Okay, so it's 3-2, Mike. Who you got? Detroit King.
I'm going with Thomas.
Okay, back to 3-3.
Yep.
And it's coming down to Booby and OT. Who you got? Paper Boys. Who you got? Intelligence.
Okay. Intelligence. I'm going with Thomas Shelby. Mike got took a lot, bro. He got took on a ride a lot. He figured it out in the end, but a lot of times he got took on a ride, bro. So he had to figure it out later on after he already got took, after somebody already did him dirty. So I'm going with Thomas Shelby.
Okay. And OT, who you got, brother?
I'm going with Michael Corleone. Mike didn't. At the beginning of the movie, he the one that came up with all the plans. He the one that had the instinct to knew that they were trying to hit his father in the hospital. He came up with the plan to get move his dad out the hospital. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He the one that came up with the plan to shoot the cop. You know, they was it, and then the family. It wasn't no foundation for the family because the family was in shambles. The father just got killed. Michael got killed. Sonny got killed. You know, it was a lot going on.
He definitely stepped up. Thomas Shelby ekes this one out 4-3. Just so you know, I'm not cheating. Detroit Kings, Monet J, myself, and Booby Traps all voted for Thomas Shelby. Now let's get into everybody's favorite character, and favorite category. Let me make sure I play the same amount of clips for each individual.
Yeah. Michael got a lot of fans on this panel, though.
So we can see this press factor.
Oh boy.
Enough! Me. I'm in Dogan.
Oh, my clip's acting crazy. I'm going Thomas Shelby for press factor. He was just more violent. He was more violent. He was more of a menace. He was more of what I think of when I'm talking about pressing on my channel. He was more of a violent, more bodies. His gang was violent, slicing people with razor blades. I feel like he was pressing more. Mike did what he had to do. You know what I'm saying, when he had to do it, right? He did what was needed, so to speak. Thomas, I feel like he was having fun with it sometimes. So what you think, Miss K? Who had the bigger press factor?
I would give it to Mike. I'm sorry, I would give it to Tommy. But the fact that Mike killed his own brother.
I already knew. I told you.
It's a little big.
I told you.
Listen, no. I really like Tommy. Y'all, for real, guys. I like Tommy. This little battle between them two, it got my chest burning. So I don't appreciate this battle. Okay, I like Tommy. All right, but like I said, Michael got rid of his own brother, so there was no lines that he would not cross. So to me, and I don't agree with that, but that's why I would give it to Mike, because I think that he placed a fear factor in, like, just overall, even in his own family, like they was afraid. So, I think if Tommy would have been like that with his family, which I'm glad he wasn't, I think he would have had more control, and that situation probably wouldn't have happened with John.
All right. Cool. Miss K voted for Michael Cobb. Surprise.
I'm trying. I swear.
I'm just teasing
I'm
you.
trying to find something, but I can't.
Who you
right
got,
now.
Mo.J? Press factor.
Shit, I'm going with Shelby for press factor, man.
Y'all doing this on purpose.
I'm kind of wishing on my damn eye test I would have went with Shelby because it don't look like I'm ever picking this dude, Michael. So I got Shelby.
All right, Detroit Kings. Who you got?
Man, did you see? Have y'all been looking at my Thomas, man? What's going on for real? Is this really a debate? Thomas. This dude is a savage. Hey, brother, this dude is a savage, man.
OT, who you got?
Man, I'm not vote dog. Hey, listen, man, y'all niggas out of pocket, dog. All y'all talking about niggas biased. Y'all the ones biased. Y'all the ones biased.
Who you got?
Vote.
Man, give me Michael Corleone, man.
And you biased.
Y'all niggas out of pocket, bro. No, man, y'all niggas, bro.
Your vote counts just as much as mine.
Whatever, nigga. Y'all niggas tripping.
Who you got?
Hey,
who you got?
Bro, are y'all serious right now?
Why don't you just give it to
Thomas
Tommy
Shelby all day, bro? How many people did
y'all
Mike body
niggas,
on his own?
all y'all are liars, bro. All
He
y'all are
ain't
liars.
get no. Hold up, no, it's my turn. It's my turn, bro. Mike got his hands dirty how many times compared to Shelby? Shelby was doing it. He was doing it in person. He was sending people too, but he enjoyed going himself to actually body people, bro. So nah, it's not even a question. That's him all day, bro. You talking about afraid of people scared of him? Fredo was more scared of Mo Green than he was scared of Michael, bro. Stop playing.
No, I'm not. No, that's not what I was talking about. After he killed Fredo, you know, daggone well his family was scared of him.
Yeah, after,
don't even try. That's the point. That's the point.
But he didn't kill Fredo. Somebody else killed Fredo. Tommy would have killed Fredo himself. Okay,
no,
he got his hands bloody. No,
but that was
Tommy got more bodies in person than Michael did. So I'm going with Thomas Shelby.
Killing somebody yourself when you get somebody else to do it is a dumb. Why you gotta kill somebody yourself when you get somebody to do it?
The show that you serious about it, and the show.
No,
that's the fear factor right there. That's the fear factor.
Somebody else to do it. That's influence.
Let me get Tamika's vote. It's looking like Mike lost this one. You got to deal with it.
Just let it go. And
it is. He got more blood on his hands than he do.
Who you got, Tamika?
Well, I know Mike lost regardless, but I agree with Miss K. I'm going with him because I feel like he basically, they feared him as they should. He wasn't playing around. Mike is my man, so I'm going with him.
All right, so eye test went to Michael Corleone. Intelligence went to Shelby. Press factor Shelby. Now we coming down to
it took over a whole country.
Influence. Who you got? OT influence.
I'm going with Michael Corleone.
This is a tight one though. It's a tight one. I mean, I'm not even gonna argue.
Because since y'all want to bring up the U.S. government, I think Mike fought the U.S. government and won.
Okay. 1-0, Mike. Who you got? Miss K.
Mike.
Oh my God.
Who you got? Tamika.
Oh my God.
Mike.
Right. And that's 3 for Mike. Who you got, Booby?
Shelby all day. Influence. He took over a whole country. Ain't no more influence than that. Mike wasn't taking over no whole country. I'm sorry. It wasn't going down like that.
The mob ran the country.
The
mafia ran the country. You right? What are you talking about?
Bro. No. That was multiple.
No, yes,
just him. Not just him. He had to share that pie. I'm sorry, it's Shelby all day, bro.
Man, no, y'all niggas cap. All y'all niggas cap.
All right, we're gonna have to move.
Vote, bro. You ain't watched Peaky Blinders. Stop capping. This man was a big stepper, bro. Now come on, man. I know you like Michael Corleone.
Y'all niggas cap, bro.
I'm gonna make
my rap, bro. This man was a big
stepper. I'm gonna make. I watch it. I'm just gonna make it short. But I'm gonna go with Thomas, man. So I'm not debating nothing. But I'm going with Thomas.
Coming down to Mo.J. Who you got?
Man, I got Thomas. Ain't nothing else to say, man. Like, yeah, Michael beat the government, but that was a court case. It wasn't like he really went to war with him or like, you know what I mean? He wouldn't. He beat them legally. He ain't beat them for real, for real. Man, Shelby had control over everything, man. The whole country was basically moving off of how he moved. The mob had to collectively do it, all of the families, and they still didn't run America. You know what I mean? They didn't have no influence. I mean, they shifted a little bit, but that was multiple families. It wasn't just Michael by himself. So I got to go with Thomas.
All right.
He killed the head. He killed the head of the 5 families.
Over with OT.
It's coming down to the money and the power.
He died on his porch by himself.
I'm going down. I'm going down with the shit.
You guys keep saying that Tommy ruled the country, but that was not necessarily true. I don't know why y'all keep saying that, but I'm gonna let.
Yeah, they just out of pocket, Miss Kate. Man, they already had made their mind up. They already had their mind made up.
Yeah, if he ruled the country, he would. That dude, I forgot his name. Mosey wouldn't have been able to come in and do all that type of maneuvering that he was doing. He did not rule the country, and I love Tommy, but no.
I do still, even though that may be true, Miss K, I do honestly think he had more influence than Michael Corleone. All right, who had the most money though?
Michael did.
I'm gonna go with Mike for money. Like my man said, he had IBM share. Even though this sketchy too, they had a lot of money, but I'm
calculator.
The calculator.
Oh, I got Michael Corleone, man. He was like a billionaire.
Right. Yeah, I think this is a no-brainer. Can anybody
somebody
Shelby for this one? We'll go ahead and give it to Mike. It's coming down to our last category, and that's the power. Ultimately, who had more power? I'm gonna go Shelby. OT, who you got?
I'm going with Michael Corleone. He ran the U.S. mob, man. Come on, man. He ran the U.S. mob. Y'all act like the mob in the 1940s, 50s, and the 60s, early 70s. Come on, man.
Tell the truth, OT. Did you watch Peaky Blinders?
He said, "Ian."
All right.
Go ahead. Y'all got it.
Power.
They were still street punks. I'm sorry. With a little bit of power.
All right. There you have it. Look, if anybody argue for Mike for power, OT gave him power. Miss K, you giving him more power than Tommy Shelby?
Yeah.
That's Michael got. That's 2-0, right?
Yep. Who you got?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm going with Thomas, man.
That's 2-2 because I got Thomas as well. we gonna
Chalk it up to 3. I got Tommy.
Who you got, Miss? Not Miss K. Tamika.
Shelby had the power.
Okay, and Mo Dot, who you got?
Yeah, I got Shelby.
Really, guys? Did y'all see what happened to Polly? When them fascists came after him, he did not have that much power. And I love Tommy. I'm gonna say that again. Go ahead, guys, and give him the power. Because he
people
really
came
had
after
all
Mike
that.
too.
That nigga had to go into hiding. Do y'all not remember that? He had his whole family, the whole Peaky Blinders.
They don't remember. They don't remember the bad. They don't remember the bad
because they had to go into hiding.
They don't remember the bad.
That's not powerful. That's all I gotta say. But go ahead and give it to Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna say he don't deserve it, but come on, Mike should have never been.
Definitely deserves it. Yeah,
Mike was coming after Mike's neck. They was coming after Mike's neck and 2 and 3. They was coming after Mike's neck. He ain't had that much power for real.
I'm
sorry, money. My bad. But nobody was scared of Mike for real because they was coming after him.
All right, yeah, we about to get up out of here. Right. And there you have it. Let's just do a recap. OT is sitting over there salty. His man lost 2023 King of Gangsters, Thomas Shelby. He lost the eye test. He's smarter than that boy. Got a better press factor. Got more influence.
Lies.
The champion.
Y'all niggas. Hey.
Champion.
Congratulations. Congratulations to y'all. Congratulations to all y'all.
Give it up to the champ.
Mike wasn't pressing like
I think
that.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna drive to Shelby tomorrow. I'm gonna drive to Shelby. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna
Yeah,
drive to
yeah.
Shelby. All right, we about to slide up out of here. We actually late for a live we got with Pretty Girl Love Trap content. Go over to her
Yeah, y'all
channel.
going to take your toxic behinds over there.
Thank you. The champion 2023 Tournament of Gangsters. It's been a wonderful time these past 5 weeks. We're gonna do it even bigger for 2024. There you have it, man. Your champion, Thomas Shelby, and we up out of here, man. Peace.
See you
Peace.
guys.